Friends, Romans, Patriots, lend me your ears and strap on your tinfoil hats because it is time for the Gay Frog Chat. The Gay Frog Chat is a weekly panel discussion where we go chin deep into a different conspiracy. I don't know what we're talking about today. I got a couple things pulled up on Twitter and wherever we go with the gun rate shit or whatever's going on and whatever the fuck you guys want to bring up or whatever, and like open bags of chips and stuff right in the middle of the intro is cool.
Who's that?
You? I don't know. What did you just open?
I didn't open anything. I picked up a plastic bag. I didn't know you could hear that, though.
Oh, yeah. Like it's like in the microphone. It's all good, dude. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good tonight. I hope your Sunday is treating you well. The first day of spring today, isn't it? Spring has sprung. This is it. I'll probably turn on my camera.
Sure.
Hey. I don't know. I think it is. Somewhere I saw that. Someone was saying something about it's the first day of spring. Maybe that was yesterday. I'm not sure. But, yeah, man. Chilling. I did have a couple of things pulled up. We could just jump right into it if you guys want. Uh-oh.
Cock for breath.
Cock for... What'd you say, penis breath?
I just wanted to say that. Okay. That is all.
And now he just...
Hey... Of everyone in here, neither one of you guys are the ones that would have penis breath. That's obvious.
That's probably true. It's true.
Yeah, that is. You have a point. So, yeah, check this out. We got some strange photos pulled up. Too bad Duke's not here.
Oh, where is Duke? He's been MIA all weekend.
I think he just needs to sleep more.
Educating himself? I don't know.
So yeah, we'll go through these. We've got the magical dude from the future. This was at the, I think the World's Fair or something like that.
That thing has been debunked for so long. They had sunglasses back then, and his clothes, while odd, are not. I've seen this one 100 times. This is always the one they point to. Time travel? It's like they had sunglasses back then, and they had the things on the sides because they were usually used by pilots and stuff.
And
they were there to keep glare from hitting you in the side of the eye.
Man, glasses like that with the sides on them are for glaciers and shit. They're like mountaineering glasses. They've been around for a long time.
All over.
I think Occam's razor proves that this guy is like Doc Brown. And this was his first experimental run into time travel.
He does look like he could be a young Doc Brown.
Yeah, I mean, that's young Doc Brown, if there was one. Marty!
You saw me.
I think you mean Morty, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's
What's this one?
Oh, that's the floating object that is supposed to be like a fucking...
Dude, what is that? Though? Have you
I don't know.
Because it's like they say that it's just like a meteor, but then like there's people like who say that like Jesus Christ.
Because isn't it in orbit, right? Like it's.
Sorry.
You see how it sounds? Jesus Christ. Fuck my life.
I'm not on my normal shit. I'm sorry.
No, it's. I think it's like always in orbit. Like it's been seen several times, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, like they know where it is, they track it, and supposedly it's been giving off like radio signals and shit like that for years, and like that's the conspiracy theory is that it's some sort of an alien artifact, fucking satellite left behind or something.
Oh no!
It's called the Dark Knight, I think, correct? Something like that. Batman. Okay, this one was weird. I was looking at this before, right? Where is this hand coming from? This hand right here. Because look, this kid's arm is down here. This kid's arm is around his neck. This kid's arm is down. This kid's arm is right here at his side.
Two explanations. One, Photoshop. Two, there's a fifth kid that we're not seeing that's like just sticking his thumb out.
Okay, let's count arms here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't see the dude with the New Yorker's hat. Other hand. You can't see those.
Right.
Oh, there's his hand. Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
And that other dude's hand could not be long enough to reach around behind all them.
Yeah.
Are we sure it actually is a hand? Like, could it be something that just looks like a hand?
It looks like he's like pointing like this. I guess it would be like this.
Isn't it from that kid standing behind him?
No, because that kid's arm is wrapped around black shirt kid's
Neck.
left side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soldier in now. He's
I have no idea.
Okay, then there was this lady who witnessed Kennedy get shot, and everyone else like hit the deck, and she was just standing there, right in the middle of the chaos, and everyone's like running around, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stand here."
Oh,
Yeah,
And
that
has a
got
smile on her face.
Yeah, smile on her face and sunglasses. Like, look at her, dude.
that got
Like
solved
the
in
FBI
that,
searched for her, and they never found out who it was. Never fucking
Well-
interviewed her.
well, that got solved in that that documentary about umbrellas.
11/22/63? No.
No, was that documentary with umbrellas?
Yes, I
Um,
do remember the umbrella documentary.
Yeah.
Was it not an
remember that one.
academy of some sort?
I think
Yes,
so. I
I
think it
think
had to
so.
do with an academy. Yes, it was.
Well, it's better an academy than a corporation when it
Yes.
comes to umbrellas.
That's true.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
One dude sitting behind another dude.
Yeah, that's old school photography. Like if they moved any little bit, that type of shit happened all the time.
Yeah.
I don't
Look like
know.
monks. Are they monks? What the fuck? What the fuck are they wearing?
No, it's like a chick at church, like praying or some shit. I don't know.
Oh.
Like the one in the
Mhm.
front is. The one in the
okay.
back is like a ghouly, ghostly fucking image of a person.
And it's just, you can
It's
tell he's
just-
got light shining on him because you can see the light on the chair and it's reflecting off of light clothes. And it's obviously done with a shitty camera. Shitty
That
old
looks
camera.
like Chef Boyardee.
I don't know.
You got me on that one.
I don't know what
I
they
have no
do.
idea what those are.
There
Since
are
the
some places where you
1940s.
can look up at the sky and see absolutely gorgeous and beautiful scenery at night. One of those places is Norway, but here's the problem. For decades, there have been various reports that some known as the Hesseldelin lights. It seems that scientists and experts can't seem to figure out where, these strange lights are coming from. One thing is for sure, however, no one is complaining, for they're certainly beautiful. Yeah, dude, what is that though? Like this shit in the sky, and then like, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that, so I can't say that
Swamp gas reflecting off of Jupiter.
Yes.
that would make sense.
Yep.
Dude, if someone said this was swamp gas, I'd be like, okay, like that. Finally, I know what swamp gas looks like.
I don't
They've
know enough
been
about
saying it for
swamp
years.
gas to dispute them. Yeah.
We got Bigfoot sightings. Too bad Yankee's not here for this one. Where was this at? This was West
like some
Virginia.
fucking
Oh, West
farmer.
Virginia, of course.
So I'm a big believer in if it bleeds, we can kill it angry. So like we should go Bigfoot hunting.
Yes.
In West Virginia, it's probably just a dude who smoked too much meth and was walking around the forest.
Yeah, he fell
Possibly
down,
is
he
Yankee.
fell down in the fucking coal mine mud.
Well,
And
Well, he's
so-
in the shadow. We don't even know if he's really, could be just some farmer in fucking overalls wandering over in the shade.
He's got the black lung pops.
Maybe no.
Oh, Ghost Shadow is saying the shutter speed is too slow for film the lights in the sky. Maybe that's what one was.
Oh, okay. So it's just
I've
because
noticed, like, when you take pictures of things with a camera, like, all kinds of shit can show up that you didn't see when you were taking the picture, you know?
Where now? Soldier in.
Okay, then there's this one. This lady took a picture of her, like, had a picture taken of herself. The guy who took the picture said there was no one standing behind her when he took the picture. And the guy standing behind her looks exactly like her dead husband.
Dude, that is Mr. Clean if I've ever seen Mr. Clean.
That's some freaky shit, though, man. Like if I took a picture of myself, and then like my dead mom is in the background somewhere,
Filter top right.
you know, like even if it's not her, I'm freaked out. Even if it's explainable.
How do you know that every picture you take doesn't secretly have that?
Oh, the filter top left.
I don't know. So there's an 80-foot tadpole hanging out.
That's a school
somewhere
of
in
fish,
Skull
I'm pretty
Island.
sure.
What is it, do you think?
I've seen pictures like that. It's always like a school of fish.
That would
Even
make sense.
Even like moving in those weird like eel-like shapes and shit. Like I've seen massive ones where people are like, "Oh my god, it's a massive shark." It's like, no, it's a school of fish. Or like, "Oh my god, it's a whale." Like it's probably a school of fish.
I like that explanation. That's
Because you can see around the edges like how it's kind of broken up some. It's not like a solid.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any like fins sticking out the sides or anything.
Yeah.
I like explanations that I can accept. I like that one. Oh. Captain Bastard Pars dropped in a super chat for $5. It says, no one would have believed in the early years of the 21st century that our world was being watched by intelligences greater than our own. What is that a quote from? That's a quote from something.
I can't talk because I make noise.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's from the book. It's the world, the War of the World.
War of the World.
Chapter 1. There we go.
Speaking of alien life, did you guys see that? I forgot what it was, but something had a poll, and it voted that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the person voted to lead us in the resistance against aliens or something like that.
So this picture was taken back in the 1940s. It's hard to explain it without saying it's a UFO, but to be honest, this picture alone doesn't prove it that aliens have visited our world. Let's just say that this picture, though, let's just say it's pictures like this that keep people believing in what might be true. Now,
things that make you go,
because this was over Washington D.C. if I remember correctly in the 1940s. So wartime, fucking over the capital of our fucking country, and those are like anti-aircraft searchlights, all fucking focused on some sort of what looks to be a giant fucking aircraft in the air. I don't know. Is this one real? Has this ever been disproven?
I think that might have been one of the ones they talked about in Project Blue Book, and that was legit if that was the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I've never seen that picture before, so.
I have seen this one before, and I seem to remember them saying like there wasn't any, but I don't remember. You know,
I don't remember them talking about this photo in the 40s, but like in the 50s, there was a big thing of like an alien aircraft over Washington D.C. Is that what this is from?
Oh,
can you please skip that goddamn ad? It's annoying the shit out of me.
Which one? This one?
No, the one playing in the corner. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't.
She's great.
It wasn't just you,
Yeah,
Matt.
he's fine. We hit 50.
Okay.
90 nice.
All right, so they found a giant human finger. Look at this thing.
Scott said I'm going to last right now.
Well, what is that next to it? Like,
Almost at last.
that's not real money.
So almost hit 130. Nice.
Yeah, like how.
This is in Asia, obviously.
That's obviously a mini, like,
You hammered me.
fucking. That doesn't prove anything. Put a fucking ruler next to it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
like a quarter or something.
like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Does it say how?
That could be toy money from fucking Indonesia. I have
fact,
no idea.
It's not even close to normal sized. Yes, some very tall humans are out there, but this will hold me serious. Blah blah blah. It doesn't say how big it is. Fucking goddamn
So top
internet.
left hand.
It's got to be at least 6 inches, right? That's what everyone says.
Oh, at least.
Colostomy Bag says, looks like a barrage balloons, which would make sense over the Capitol to protect it. But then someone else was saying it wasn't the Capitol, it was over L.A.
When was this?
1940.
1940. We wouldn't have fucking been having shit over L.A. in 1940.
LA in 1941 had a raid that they thought like Japanese aircraft were over the city or something, and it was some alien ship. That might be what that is.
That could be. Yeah.
It was like right after Pearl Harbor.
There's also a great movie about 1941 too.
Yes, that's actually based on it.
David Gunn, Soldier Plus.
Dan Aykroyd.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
John
That's a good
Belushi.
movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie, and everyone else hates it.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
I don't know why anybody would hate it.
That's not the opinion of the movie going public, apparently.
Well, they can all suck it. And Battleship is a good movie too, so fuck off.
I shot that.
The story behind this picture is, if I remember correctly, it was like a little girl and her mom, and they were driving across country, and they stopped somewhere in a field to take a picture. And like they took a picture of the girl, and then got in the car and left, and then got the picture developed. And they were like, "Who is the man in the spacesuit behind the little girl?"
So here's the thing with this picture. Like, this is clearly taken probably 60s, 70s. You can just tell just by like the hair and like outfits and everything she's wearing.
Down point.
And it was very common back then that when they were developing film, like images from one picture they're developing would transpose themselves on another image. I'm not saying that's 100% what happened here. Like maybe it is something weird, supernatural, but it would not be surprising to me if that's just what happened. Someone else had a picture that transposed over this one, or vice versa.
Jesus Christ. So we've got the mystery of Mars. Even if you're not a science fiction fan, you've probably heard the crazy theories that there truly exists of what truly exists on Mars. The planet has been riddled with mysteries for quite some time now, and this photo shows why. There's some sort of a fucking like blast off looking thing, or a bomb going off, or I don't know. Is that magma shooting out of the ground? Is that like a little fucking volcano going off? That's kind of crazy.
It's probably just like a reflection from the fucking lander.
Although I'm thinking like there's not much atmosphere on Mars, right? So if like a pocket of gas escaped and shot out into the atmosphere, like it would probably look like that, wouldn't it?
I mean, that's a picture's taken from so far away. Like that could literally be anything. Anything that light is reflecting off of.
Mars has atmosphere, and it has a lot of it. It's just there's no oxygen in it.
No, Mars's atmosphere is a lot thinner than ours, though, too. Like, yeah, like, there's no oxygen in it almost at all, but it's also like it's like 1 or 2% as thick as ours.
It's mostly carbon dioxide.
I was watching this this documentary on Mars, and it was pretty cool because, like, at the core of Mars, there's a lot of ice, right? And apparently,
I've heard that.
Yeah, there was some machinery set up by like ancient aliens to actually like melt the ice. And then if we then all the ice melts and produces, oxygen. It releases the oxygen from the ice when it melts, but we just haven't been able to get to the equipment yet. Plus, we don't know how to operate it. So
I don't totally recall the name of that documentary.
I don't either. But I know it was a thing.
And I just like how you have to do the Vulcan salute to turn it on.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick Pew Pew saying fireballs were seen in the United States, Cuba, and other countries last night. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, we must see this.
Oh, so much.
So you're saying someone Hadoukened?
Hadouken.
Right, fireball light.
Okay, update. Blue fireballs in the sky.
We're up.
Well, that's just a meteor.
It's a meteor. The only issue with that is if it starts happening a lot at lots of places all over the world, that's when you get concerned because that's when it's like, okay, that's like offshoot from something much fucking bigger.
Yeah, now it's close.
Scouts a log game on top of.
That's a real quick one.
Scouts a 50 on here. Hit 120.
Dude, we can totally hear
Other scouts a 60.
everything whoever that is saying.
There's no privacy on YouTube.
No privacy.
What is privacy?
So these are just meteors coming in. Okay, so maybe we just like went into a meteor shower or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more. Yeah.
Let me know when stuff starts crawling out of the meteors, then I'll be.
Yeah. Streaks across central Arkansas sky, February 25th, 1990. Okay. 19th, 25th, March 1st, January 8th. Anytime past 24 hours. Cuba rattled as fireball explodes in the night.
Dun dun dun.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Oh, that. Yeah, it looked like something.
That hit the ground.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Whoa.
I've seen that happen before. Except for when I saw it, it was even brighter than that. Like lit up like daytime.
I think part of the thing here with all this stuff is now everybody has access to all the weird things that happen. So it seems like weirder things are happening or more weird things are happening now than at any other time. But it's just because we can all fucking look at some probably poor Cuban's fucking cell phone picture from that we never would have seen 20 years ago. And they're like, you know, all the old stories that the old dudes would sit there and tell when they went to the bar. I remember this one time I saw this fireball from the sky. Shut up, Gramps. You know, that type of shit.
And now everyone can look at it and have an opinion on it. And
Well, it is also funny how like that shit happens in Arkansas and there's like 5 videos of it. It happens in Cuba and there's 1.
The one that weirds me out though is the fucking horns in the sky shit. You know that one?
Oh, the like thunderstorms that like it sounds like
Well, it's like because it happens at different places all over the world.
Yeah,
just like horn sounds in the sky.
Oh,
there's videos all over fucking YouTube of people just like from Canada and all over the United States and fucking France and South America
and like
it's like and nobody's like explaining it. Like people are trying to explain it, but I don't know that I necessarily believe them.
Yeah.
Strange sounds are being. Oh, shut up, Inside Edition. I didn't know that was you.
Trumpet sounds in the sky. Yeah, there you go.
Sounds like you're about to enter Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm. That's some creepy shit, man. If I'm sitting in my house and I hear that shit, I'm like, oh, honey, go grab the Bible.
Get the Bible and the shotgun, baby. We're going to need both of them before this night's through.
Oh, Matt, at the gun show, I saw someone wearing a shirt that said "Hail to the King" and had a ash like silhouette. I thought of you.
Nice.
Hail to the King, baby.
Whoa, you hear that noise? Sounds like jumping noises.
Dude, listen to that.
It's fucking weird, man.
Okay, and here's the weird part about it. Doesn't it say in the Bible, like, and the angels blew the second trumpet?
Well, it talks about the trumpets blowing from the 4 corners of the earth.
Right?
Yeah. It's creepy, dude. I'm telling you. It's fucking creepy shit.
Right? Like,
Exactly. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So in the history of like the written history of humanity, are we at any point closer to Armageddon than we are right now as far as like events going on and matching up with the Bible?
I don't know. I mean, because there's always been things happening where people were like, oh, "This is the end times." They've been doing that for fucking over 1,000 years. I mean, it's been somebody's coming out and pointing out these things have happened, X, Y, and Z has happened. Therefore, this must be the end times. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you interpret. I
mean, think
mostly
about
Revelation.
Yeah, or
think
Book
about
of
it this way,
Revelation.
like eventually there's going to be an Armageddon type situation that occurs sometime. So technically, every second that passes puts us closer and closer to it.
This is true. I think it's when Yellowstone pops off.
Angry, by Armageddon, he means the Bible and not that movie, right?
Well, I mean, I only read like the Veggie Tales version.
We can watch this for a sec.
Hey, was Bruce Willis.
Luda. It's Luda.
All right, now I'm not thinking about aliens anymore. Although that's gross. Ugh.
That what the? Does she think she's hot? Is that what's happening here?
What the fuck is going on?
Someone told her she was. They're like, those are awesome dance moves. She's like, I'm gonna do them on camera now.
Good Lord. Okay, you need to go away.
She's just wearing the wrong pants. Trust me.
Well, she's wearing pants. That might be the first problem.
Well, if you put her in the right pants, she would be way hotter.
Oh, that one chick got like 1 second. Like, fuck you.
Now, see, that's a little better. She got a little thicker thighs. She fills out those shorts a little better.
All right. Enough of that. Go Shadow says, look at Discord photo of 3 suns in the sky.
Just a pro tip for everybody out there. If you're wearing spandex and it's loose on you, you shouldn't be wearing spandex. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay?
Oh, that's totally an optical illusion.
That is cool, though.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But I've seen that before.
When it's super
So,
cold. If it's super duper cold, it's like a lensing effect that the atmosphere has.
Yeah.
If you wear spandex and then your girlfriend wears your spandex and she's smaller than you, then sometimes it's loose, but that's still hot, so that's okay.
I guess.
No, it's like hot when she puts on your like baseball jersey. Or something.
It's hot when she puts on your anything, baby.
Including your flesh? What?
Don't think that.
Well, it can't be. I mean, like, some relationships are closer than others,
See, this one.
Okay, that definitely looks like George Washington behind them.
No, it looks like a chick with the hand on her hip, or a dude in like an army.
It looks like James Madison.
With a gun in his hand.
Looks like a soldier.
Yeah,
Looks like a
soldier.
It looks like a paratrooper, to be honest, walking with the bag between his legs.
Or a nurse, maybe. It could be a nurse, too. Like with the nurse hat and shit.
I don't know what it is, but I'd fuck her.
Oh, you guys have seen this one, too. These are from old paintings.
Oh, yeah, and
Depictions
stuff that looks like UFOs and shit.
And it's like a UFO in the sky above fucking Mary.
Space Jesus. The Mormons were right.
Jesus. No, wouldn't that be the Scientologist?
No, that's the Mormons.
Okay, what about this picture? This is a famous one.
Yeah. That's fucking creepy.
Again, like, I mean, I feel like that's photoshopped. I don't know.
This was before Photoshop.
Yeah, but you can take an old photo in Photoshop and throw it up on the internet and be like, look at this photo I found from 1802 that had a fucking demon in it. Like,
supposedly,
look at my
the picture
demon
has been
photo.
analyzed by experts to determine its authenticity, and they say it's not a double exposure, and like this is like.
Are these the? Let me do air quotes here. Are these the experts that they put on History Channel's Ancient Aliens?
that's gonna be my question. Like, how
They're probably
expert are these experts? Like,
yeah, they're probably the same fucking team.
Like my friend Craig that works at CBS Photo. Like, He looked at it. He said that couldn't be faked.
Jesus.
Top experts agree.
Top
Not-
men.
Top
Nice.
men.
9 out of 10 dentists.
Mhm.
Okay, this is the Florida skunk ape. We've talked about him before.
Yeah.
Still don't know
So
what
literally
I
just-
I think that
Just
we
a
talked about
Florida
this
man.
before, man. All the fucking the skunk apes and the fucking Bigfoot and then the Yetis and all this shit. They're all just fucking Wookiees that came here a long time ago and crash landed. We know this already, so I don't know why we're still having this discussion.
Can we start leaving them crossbows?
We should.
would leave them
Seriously,
in 16s.
if you saw one of those running around with a crossbow, like game over, man.
And if I walked outside and I was taking a picture in the dark and I saw that, after I was done shitting, I would just run and scream.
Did you guys ever hear about the thing, like I think it's the 60s, where they trained chimpanzees on LSD to use like spear guns to try to like fight the Viet Cong?
No, but that's fantastic.
They got loose in Florida
Hey man,
or some
they're
shit.
they're having them pick coconuts and shit and do manual labor in other fucking countries. We should use them for something like, you know what I'm saying? Like seriously. Although
like-
that's how you get Planet of the Apes. I'm just saying.
Well,
Dude,
there-
like I think
there
it
is a
was like Planet of the
conspiracy.
Apes came out and it killed that shit.
So there's
They're
a
like,
conspiracy
we're-
theory that since there's a ban on human cloning, what they've done is take like 99% human DNA and mix it with like either a ape or a cow or something like that, like a pig. So it's not technically a human, and then you can clone it and do whatever the fuck you want with it. And they've been doing that since like the 70s or maybe even the 60s.
See, the face on that just looks too much like they took it right out of Harry and the Hendersons.
It does. It really with the white beard and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like-
spot on.
Like you
Speaking
should-
of cloning, you know what I want? I want a prequel to Us.
Ooh.
I want to know how
Yeah.
it got to that point. I want to know who did what and started cloning everybody in the fucking planet and putting them in underground shelters. Like I want to know that story. There's too many questions.
I want multiplicity so I can make copies of myself.
There you go.
I want a retarded one.
That's the one I'll let run my YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Okay, so this artifact was sealed in a tomb, and at the time of its unveiling, had been shut for at least 400 years, right? A little mini Rolex, and it even says Swiss on the back.
Where? I want to see where it says Swiss.
It doesn't, I don't, these are the only 3 pictures. I don't know.
No,
but
I'm going to call bullshit. That's either a fucking old school ring or
what
that's
makes it
bullshit.
even stranger are the reports that the word Swiss is engraved
The
on the back.
reports from the ancient aliens experts.
Yep.
And it says
And-
Swiss on the fucking
And the
back.
fact that it looks like something that's made for like a Japanese toy or something, like the Japanese miniatures.
Do not take your advice on what is real or not from a man with hair like Giorgio Tsoukalos. I'm just
Exactly.
But an expert.
Was it the Infinity Stones? What the fuck is this shit?
So
Yeah, pretty much.
This is a picture taken from the sky, I think, of Mars, so like up in orbit. And this giant rock was not here one day and then was the next, and they don't know how it got there.
Oh wow.
Huh.
3528 to 3540. So a month.
So, yeah, I mean,
Well, no.
that's
About
like
11 days. 11,
Yeah.
12 days. Wow. Is it my guess would be like, is it close to a hill? Like,
I don't know.
could that be a slope? And like, you know, there is wind and things on there. I'm sure there's rock slides and things like that.
There's
Although
storms
odd that
and
it
shit
fell
on
right
Mars.
in the middle of all those.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Or aliens. I mean, either one. I'm good with either.
I don't think there's much wind on Mars, dude.
Well, they have fucking storms and shit.
Yeah, they have
On
fallen
Mars all the
storms,
time.
dude.
Hold on. Yeah. So it has about 1% of the atmosphere of Earth, meaning like 100-mile-an-hour wind on Mars would be the equivalent of a 1-mile-an-hour wind on Earth. So yeah, there's like fucking nothing there, dude.
Now look up, does Mars have storms?
Yes, it does. Of course it does. But that doesn't mean that like the storms are violent or even fucking really.
You don't know that. Have you ever been there?
What I'm hearing is that the Martian is bullshit. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, I saw that documentary, and that was not bullshit. I believe that.
I think that documentary was actually made by the same experts.
It is bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit, man.
Men are on Ancient Aliens.
So this is supposedly a paint. I don't know. Is this a painting? It looks like a painting to me of Union soldiers with a dead pterodactyl. So
I don't know. Half the picture's
know,
covered
but
up by ghost shadows.
Super
chat.
I kind of want to move. I kind of want a movie now where there's Union soldiers and like the planes that come across some pterodactyls and have to kill them off with like single shot rolling blocks. Yeah.
Dinosaur Civil War.
Dude, it writes itself.
Man, we could totally make this movie.
I mean, they did Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and Aliens, so why not?
Had Harrison fucking Ford in it, so surely we can do like Dinosaur Civil War.
Dude, Dinosaur Civil War. I love it. That's fucking awesome.
We should totally write this shit. Like seriously, let's write it.
Here it is. So what happened is there was some Union soldiers that got into a fight. I got this movie written out. They got into a fight with some Confederates while they were on like the fucking, I forget the names of the ships, but the armored ships that they were building during the Civil War.
Man,
and
you can't do
they're off the coast. They're off the coast and they're heading down south to wage war against the fucking Confederates. And a storm blows in and blows them to an island, blows a group of Confederates and a group of Union soldiers to an island that they don't know where the fuck they're at. They got lost at sea. And now they got to fight fucking dinosaurs together. They got to team up to fight fucking dinosaurs on some fucking prehistoric island. Yes.
Yep.
Let's make this fucking movie.
I'm going to make another pitch. So instead of Confederates, they're like on the plains somewhere, right? Running from like the Sioux or something. And like they're way outnumbered and whatever. And then like wherever they're getting chased to is like some little mountain pass where these pterodactyls live. And they like just fucking lay waste to the fucking Indians or some shit. And like there's some big shootout.
So no, like the story of Custard is really a cover up of the real story of what happened.
Because he got wiped out by pterodactyls.
Actually, the Indians and the Union soldiers actually had to come together to fight, and at the end, Custer has sacrificed himself and his men to save the Indians from the pterodactyls.
Yes, we should totally make that movie.
But the Indians got blamed for it anyways.
Dude, what the fuck are they doing in Hollywood? Are they just like we can't think of anything new, so we're just
go fucking look at everything Sci-Fi Channel has produced, and we're probably just saying shit they've already made.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, there's some original fucking weird ass shit on Sci-Fi Channel. There's a whole series of movies about a lava lantula.
So like when it comes to Sci-Fi Channel, like I think I legit could have a writing position at Sci-Fi if I fucking tried hard enough.
Fuck yeah, I think we all could. Go over and make some fucking money.
So the story of this guy is like a RAF group during World War II, or maybe it was the end of World War I, something like that.
Is it because he has a huge head?
RAF is World War II.
Is that what's so unusual about this? His
so
head is massive.
They went on a bombing raid, and then like a day later they had a group photo. This dude died in the bombing raid, but he was there in the group photo.
Okay, all right.
Maybe they just took it the day before and they don't remember right or whatever.
Right,
you know?
And that was my thought. Is like it's wartime. Then how do they fucking?
Or this is like World War I. It looks like.
No, this is World War II, man. Because RAF was only like 1930s and on. Like before that, they were the Royal Flying Corps.
All right, I'm just saying, like 1940s, middle of a war. Joe Bob could have fucking died, and they said, "Oh no, James died. We saw his body," but really it was fucking Joe Bob, and everybody's going around going, "James is dead. Get together for a photo."
Like,
holy shit, it's
right
James.
Here.
Wait, who the fuck was out? You know what I'm saying?
That shit happened all the time. Yeah. Like, oh, no one's seen Steve in a while. I must have been Steve.
Yeah.
When the locals stop chasing you, you effed up. I don't know what that's in reference to.
The Indians chasing the Union.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then there's this one. You remember the fucking story?
The Lamb, yeah.
The what?
The Lamb.
She was like, she looked like they caught her on security camera, and she was like getting into the elevator, and she wouldn't get on, and then she was gonna get on, and then she got off, and she was like hiding, and she looked out, and then she gets off of the elevator. She doesn't actually ride the elevator, walks around the corner, and you never see her again. And she died at some point, like relatively quick after this. The person who killed her was never caught on camera. They don't know what happened. And I believe she was found on the roof of the hotel inside of the fucking water.
In the water tank. Yeah, like a couple days later.
Oh,
so like
shit.
they don't know how she got up there because like there's security footage and stuff that like shows the entrance to the roof, and like no one saw anything. Like no footage shows how she got up there. No footage shows what happened to her or anything. Like Ghost Adventures has done a couple different of those like ghost shows have done like series on it and stuff. Like no one knows what happened to her, how she got up in there. But yeah.
Leonardo Vu says, "You guys think there will be new riots or protests?"
Before we move
100%.
on, like just Occam's razor on this chick, like so, or it's an inside job and the guy erased the tapes.
Yeah, that's my theory. Is like something happened and they had access to the security footage and stuff.
Oh, real quick before we move on. I know you got a super chat too. Never mind. Do the super chat first, and then I want to ask you.
Okay. Do you guys think there's going to be new riots and protests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I have one of my clients. I'm not saying who they are, but one of my clients is in Portland. Like their office is in Portland, where all that shit's happening. And even now, they're like, yeah, every day, like there's some form of it. Like it just continues.
I mean, look, the stuff that people were rioting about and protesting last year is still happening, and it's going to happen again. And some other cop is going to do something to somebody, and they're going to be out and rioting and looting again. They've now discovered they can do it, and they can get away with it. Okay, so this isn't going away.
Here's my question: are we ever going to be able to have a legitimate protest again?
Shit we care about? Oh no, because we're going to be called terrorists.
Right.
White supremacist Nazi terrorists if we protested for anything, anything whatsoever.
So like the difference is like we're not going to destroy anything. We're not there to cause problems for anybody. We just want our voices to be heard and our numbers to be shown, right? And it's going to be taken as they're so threatening. I was scared for my life when I saw them coming up the street. And that's going to be front page. Everyone's going to be talking about the reactions and the not facts, right? Nothing to do with facts. And then God forbid anything actually does happen. And it could even be like a defensive type thing, right? Like the group of people's walking and they're minding their own business and someone comes and attacks and does some shit and persistently does it to the point where they have to defend themselves. How is that going to be looked upon? You know exactly the answer to that. So the real answer is there's going to be riots, but there's not going to be protests. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I wanted to share this and see if you guys have seen this video of this cop shooting. I didn't know if you guys had seen it. It's pretty quick. So they're going. I don't know why, but they're going to a hotel, and this is what happens. Now inside, somebody slams a door. You can bear.
26 shots fired.
There were no shots fired. Somebody in the hallway slammed a door.
So you just start shooting.
You just start shooting through the fucking door.
Jesus.
And you keep shooting. Of course.
Guy didn't have a gun.
Start medical. Middle screaming is down. I can't.
Pick it up, you fucking fucktard.
And he runs.
Oh, what a fucking pussy bitch, dude. Oh my god.
And then he's gonna be like, "Oh, you okay, man? Yeah, I'm good."
You good? Yeah.
Yeah, and then they fucking fist bump.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
Hang him.
What the fuck? The dude didn't have a gun. I don't know. They were called there for some disturbance, right?
Next time I hear someone slam a door, I'm just gonna start shooting shots through walls. And then be like, I don't know. I thought it was just like fucking good thing, huh? Fist bump.
It's fucking insane, dude. Fucking insane.
Oh man. Okay, so that guy deserves to not have a job in law enforcement.
That guy deserves to go on
That guy-
death row for that
He
shit.
needs to be on prison. Yeah. Fuck him.
Now the guy did live, but he's paralyzed from the neck down now.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah. That guy-
I'm up. He's like, oh, stop, please, God, stop. Bang, bang.
Yeah, he's firing rounds to the door.
What the fuck?
The only
So far, the cop's only been charged with negligent discharge.
The only fucking justified thing for that. The only thing justified to do is to find that cop and paralyze him from the neck down too.
Yeah, seriously. Or like
We should just do that. Like, why don't we just go do that?
Where the fuck is Duluth? Is that Duluth?
I thought they were a trading
Duluth
company.
Police Department.
Indiana? I don't know.
No, Duluth is in North Dakota or Minnesota or someplace like that. Minnesota, I think.
Minnesota? Duluth, Minnesota? Duluth, Michigan? No, that doesn't sound right.
Minnesota.
Okay. Right next door to Minneapolis. I guess they train their cops a little differently up in Minnesota. Let's kneel on necks and shit, shall we?
My
Just shoot
buddy,
through doors.
my buddy who's a cop up north is in Minnesota.
Oh God.
There you go.
Okay. All right,
I
man.
don't know the story behind this one, but that's a cool picture.
I like it.
That dude's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like how the guy's like, my truck's in the fucking tree.
He's like, and I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
He looks like he's ready to be like in Smokey and the Bandit Part 2 or some shit.
Oh, he's got his shirt open, but it's still tucked in.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
tucked in to the side.
As one does.
That's a great picture, man.
That's an awesome picture, dude. That should be the I should make that into my logo.
If Honda had a flag, that would be Honda's flag.
What?
Admittedly, I think once you realize what's going on, look closely. This guy's actually supporting his own weight with the help of that pole. Oh, he's hanging by his chin and playing the guitar.
All right. Well, good for him. I mean, wait.
That's
Well, that tire's been there for a long time. That's
for
what happened there.
Yeah. There's not a new tire.
like the last opportunity to take that tire off of the tree without cutting it was years ago.
Someone chose to do this.
Oh my God.
That's just an idiot.
I don't know what you do at that point.
You got to cut it. You've got to cut it. That's the only way he's getting out of there. You're gonna have to cut him out.
No, he's got to stretch his arms all the way up, so he's like this, and then just start climbing, and then go back up.
He
through.
he had to have jumped down. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he jumped down to get there. He's got to climb back up to get out. He can get out.
God. What a fucking idiot.
Like, can
You
you
just
imagine
leave
trying
him.
to be cut out of that, dude? Like,
You-
that wouldn't be.
no,
You'd have like
you-
fucking hot sparks going on your belly and shit. You know?
Nope.
Dude,
You leave him as a
so
warning.
I used to use a cutoff saw for a lot of shit in high school that wasn't supposed to be used for. I lit my own pants on fire twice from the sparks from it. If you cut that close to someone, you would be burning them severely. So I don't know how they'd get him out of that. Unless they had like a porta band or something, then maybe you could chew through it.
I mean, maybe he could just sit there until he loses weight from not eating. Like, just give him water until he can crawl out. He'd make it. Water and vitamins. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, Timmy, but you belong to the jungle gym now.
This is like some shit that you erect to like hold the zombie apocalypse horde back.
Did a chair factory explode?
Like,
Like, how did we get here? This is
You remember in the Blues Brothers when they're like stacking the chairs in the hallway? Like it's
Yeah.
gonna do something. It's like that times 10.
I don't know what language this is. Where is this?
here. What does it say?
TUTUCU KESICI OLCU. These are words. KESME SERT I don't know.
Just type some of that in and see what comes
I
up.
feel like that's a prank or something like that. Like
Images for.
I think that might be like Greek
So
or
just hard
something
drop
like
on, so
or
mainland
art or
European.
something.
Yeah,
Sounds-
like it's somewhere in like the fucking Mediterranean, Balkan,
Yeah.
somewhere. I think.
Or like Russia or some shit. Ukraine.
It's
Nah,
actually
'cause they have Cyrillic alphabets, and that's not Cyrillic.
It's taking me to.
might
I typed some shit in. I think I may have just summoned like a Czechoslovakian ghost on Google. It's taking me some fucking weird websites.
That's the trick.
I don't know
Like
what
I
this
said,
is. It's Turkish. It's
Oh, okay.
Turkish.
I was close. Turkish is close to Greek.
There's an elephant who made a nest in a tree.
That
That's
dude
good.
would just like
As
He's
one
like, just
does.
leave me the fuck alone.
I didn't know that elephants could fucking climb trees, or make nests, but you know.
I don't like the idea of that though. What happens when the valve breaks?
Have you ever seen? And it's a horrible, horrible thing that happens. But apparently, there's times where people like abuse elephants and will like cut their ears off and cut their trunks off and leave them alive. If you've ever seen an elephant with no ears and no trunk, it looks like a demon spawn. It looks like something from fucking Lovecraft.
If I ran across that, I would just shoot it in the fucking head, man. Like,
yeah, I just put it out of
sick
its misery,
motherfuckers.
Click that first picture.
and then I'd hunt down whoever fucking.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
It's a horrible thing to do, but dear God.
I'd put it out of its misery and then hunt down whoever did that to it and remove their ears and nose and make them walk around.
Yeah,
There'd be a lot of killing that
punishment.
day.
That's a good punishment. And you know it was more than one person.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, look at the little baby one. Fucking that's sad, dude. Don't fuck with baby. Like, you kill an adult elephant, at least it had
Well,
like.
and I'm sure there's been times when it like happens because of like an infection or something. I'm sure it's not just but still.
Like, elephants, like, they care and they're nice and they have emotions. Like, they're more like us than they're not like us, you know? Like, they have a lot of similarities to humans. Believe it or not.
My grandfather would have said, harden your hearts. It's time to fucking put it down.
Well, I mean, if it's time, it's time, but still.
Well, like at that point, like if you ran across that in the wild, like I wouldn't leave one. That's one way to go. I wouldn't leave one like that though. That's sick.
Yeah.
See, I think there's something wrong with both these people. There's the one who's like, I want to be dominated and be the chair. And then there's the bitch who's like, I want this bitch to be my chair.
I mean, to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah.
I guess
So-
if they're both into it, they found each other.
Like, as someone that's into some kinky shit, like
I hit him 150.
from my side of it, I don't want to do anything to anyone, but they're into it, so like, why not do it? You know?
Hey, baby, I want you to strap me to this automatic chair and ride me around.
But
Like, if
there
that's
was
what they're
there was some involvement here. This is like one of those little geriatric scouts that they actually removed the fucking chair.
Yeah.
You had to remove the fucking chair.
They put in work.
There was some work that went into this.
Look, she's even got a headrest.
Headrest with foam on the sides and shit.
Yeah, like it's got like ergonomic back support.
Like somebody went to some trouble to make this happen. This wasn't just on a whim.
It doesn't look like she can get out of there real quick though.
Like Lisa walked up to
Okay, I need to,
Delilah
I
and
need
was
to get out
like,
now.
"Hey,
Get out now!" Like, okay, it's gonna be like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Lisa walked up to Delilah and was like, "Look, I got an idea. I think we're both going to enjoy it." Really? Yeah, but it's going to take about a week's worth of work and a couple grand. Okay, let's do it. You know, it was that kind of conversation.
What if they're both pooping?
Ugh. That is a movie I will not watch. Is that Human Centipede shit? I have refused to watch that.
No, you ate a cuttlefish bisque.
Yeah, I refuse to watch that fucking movie. It sounds disgusting.
Did you see the South Park episode of it though? The fucking human centipede.
No.
Yes, I did.
It was fucking great.
Oh no! Don't eat a spicy beef.
Oh no, you ate a spicy beef.
I
Let's
miss
just trick dogs. What? There's not. I mean, that's cool, but There's nothing unusual about it. Like, it's not weird and unexplained.
Dogs are smart.
You can
If
train
do it
dogs to do that
and
shit.
you teach them, they're usually pretty good.
They like to show their butthole, apparently.
You know, it is called doggy style.
Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at this. This is fucking Photoshop fakeness.
No, I think that was probably certified by experts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experts is the other photos.
Meanwhile,
Like,
in Oklahoma,
That's nothing crazy. Like, you see shit like that in Saudi Arabia all the time.
you should see that.
yeah,
shit
look at him.
Oklahoma.
Homeless. Look at him. He's a homeless guy with a lion.
Look
Yeah,
at
but,
the
like-
fucking. Look at the road. Look at the fucking posts and shit. That's not in a foreign country. That does look like Oklahoma, man.
Yeah, and, I mean,
Well, he's gotten a
He
beating
might be a
stick too,
homeless-
by the way, so he's covered. You can see
yeah,
him
he
with
might be
that
a homeless
steel
guy
rod.
with a lion, but, like, guarantee he's the coolest homeless guy in his camp.
Mhm.
Hey, though, it doesn't tell you the whole story. It's like, oh, we think a better pet and blah, blah, blah. Here's
By the way, we're also the experts from Aliens.
It's like you wrote it for Bob Saget to fucking say during America's Funniest Home Videos. You know?
God, I missed that show. That was a great show. But I guess we have YouTube now, so.
Right, it's way
But
better.
I want to see Bob Saget host a YouTube show, but just showing the
God,
fucked
wouldn't
up
that be
shit.
good?
Not
That would
not
be so
because
good.
now everybody knows he's a fucking like his type of humor is very very harsh and perverted. So now he should host a America's Pervious Videos or some shit. America's Weirdest Shit on YouTube.
All right, here's a photo of the pyramid on the moon, apparently.
I call bullshit. Somebody took a dark picture in Egypt at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the moon. Shut up.
It's definitely the moon, Matt.
Hey, if there is a pyramid on the moon, it would explain a lot.
I mean, in Destiny, there's a pyramid on the moon, so.
Meanwhile, in Oklahoma,
I almost guarantee you that is fucking Joe Exotic shit.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Like
time for a bath, motherfucker.
who else would put tigers in a fucking like water basin like that? Like, it's like a cow.
That's true.
like, water.
Yeah. That definitely is Joe Exotic Zoo.
The cats look happy enough, don't they?
That's
Yeah,
because
they
they
don't
just
wanna-
like being in the water, which is
Yeah.
weird. Tigers love
They're
water.
done with that.
Oh no, sir.
I have done this before, not nearly that bad, but I fell backwards into a pile of cactuses that got me in the lower back, the butt, and the hands.
Thank God those are not like the cactuses we have here in Texas, where like the fucking spikes are like actual. That's the little ones that are like they're sharp and they stick to you, but they're almost like little bristles on a brush or like a.
They aren't like fucking 3-inch fucking choy
Yeah.
shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get a million of them in you. And the
Oh
thing
no, I bet that hurts like a motherfucker. I'm
and
just
like
saying,
you start
as
pulling them
goodies,
out, and then they
I'd rather
break
fall
off.
on those than on the ones we have down here.
Well, the thing is, you start pulling them out, and then they break off, and then you can't get them out. And then,
Yeah.
like every time, like your clothes rub against you the wrong way or whatever, you like catches on it a little bit, and you feel, oh god, for weeks it's like that on your butthole. I don't know what's going on here.
I mean, I'm curious.
I'm
What
gonna
does it
guess
say,
that
Kino
guy deserved
Cartes?
it.
What does it say? Dai Panchakino Carte. Where is this? Is it Germany?
That's German.
You know, I have questions, but I don't want answers.
The German pony show.
Exactly.
German got caught committing homicide. German horse, I should say. What the fuck?
So
Oh, that's one of those fucking tests.
no, this guy claimed he got abducted by UFOs and had like fucking physical evidence on his body of the tests that the aliens did on him. And that's the picture of him, dude.
Dude, that's an allergy test. You can go get that done. And they poke you. They have the little squares that are different colors, and then they poke you with every different things in each square and see what you react allergically to. It's a fucking allergy test.
So the aliens did an allergy test.
They did an allergy test. Yeah, that's what happened. I said, what are humans allergic to?
Okay,
Is
there's
that a clown? What the fuck is that?
No, it looks like the Grim Reaper. Try to get it bigger.
Oh. I don't know. I just see a white face.
Yeah, I don't really see.
Look, he's got like a robe on. See the robe?
I'll take your word for it, man. Oh.
And a hood. And a white face and like weird looking fucking claw looking.
It could just be a dude in a robe. I mean.
Yeah. Because I've seen the Grim Reaper in that show. It's about this guy who has a family.
Yep, it's true. I know that show about that guy that has a family.
Small little British baby. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. A ghost. Okay.
What is this? There's somebody in the woods behind them. I can clearly see that. What the fuck did you do? What did you do?
Oh yeah, there's someone right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so more people in the woods, like
just Jason hanging out, being like, "What are you guys doing over here?" Oh, there's your Phoenix Lights.
That's just Starling. Yeah. Shut up.
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
That is the oddest photo I've ever seen.
What if the Phoenix Lights are actually like the hologram starting to break down? It's like the lights of like the holodeck above us.
I mean, cool.
In that case, this is an NPC that's malfunctioning. They need to look into his holo matrix.
I feel like this is right after a session of GTA. Like, this is what the NPCs sit around and do after we've like driven through and fucked up their neighborhood and wrecked some cars. And
he has like brain damage, so he's carrying around a sewing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just like wacky NPC type shit. Speaking of
the smile too, man. Look at that.
Not to sidetrack too much, but Matt, have you seen Upload on Amazon Prime yet?
Upload, which yeah, that's a good show.
Okay,
yeah, I watched that when it came out a few months ago.
Okay,
sometime during the pandemic. I don't remember when I watched it.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful for season 2.
Same.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Well, there you go.
Would
you like to go for a ride on my horsey? I like how the whip's long enough to whip her to make her go faster.
Yep.
That's basically what we've got. He's just going to whip his
man, as one does.
As one does. Okay.
I mean, Fox.
I feel like this is photoshopped. I feel like this is photoshopped. Nobody's letting their baby hang around a fox.
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like this is Photoshop. I'm gonna call bullshit.
I like how Matt's smaller because of the baby.
I feel like a fox could grab that baby and run away.
Mm-hmm.
And make it into somewhere, and you'd never see the baby again.
Whoa.
It's like Stargate or some shit.
That could also be fucking between the light and the camera and everything else. That could be a fucking lightning strike. That's been.
That's the Bifrost if I've ever seen it.
Exactly. It's exactly what it looks like.
Thor, Odin's son.
It does go like straight up and down. Like you would think if it was lightning, it might be like jagged or something, as it goes up.
I think what he's saying is the lightning and the camera fucking up together or something.
You can see it reflecting off the car too. Look.
And in the light on the car, you can see a lightning bolt.
Oh, there.
You can see it clearer in the car than you can in the sky.
I think we made it all the way back to the beginning. We're back to the Dark Knight.
Wait, Batman.
Although there were a couple of things on Twitter that I wanted to go through too.
Taylor Swift.
I don't know if you guys saw this shit. Hold on. Let me get to the one that I wanted to share. This shit. Oh my god, I gotta mute it.
What is this?
So
first of all, blow it up so we can see it.
Well, hold on. Let me read it first. The national media will tell you Miami Beach issued a state of emergency and shut down because of the crowds and will lie and tell you it was because of COVID. That's only half the story. Here are the videos of what's really going on. This is like a fucking all-out brawl for fucking like 10 minutes or something. It only shows a minute and a half of it, but still. Like it started before they started recording, and it's still going on when they stop.
What the fuck are they pissed off about?
I don't know.
This is your alarm to announce the commencement of the annual purge.
You know what this reminds me of? That night at work when it was all-you-can-eat wing night. That's it. This is all-you-can-eat wing night.
Well, people hopped up on buffalo sauce? What the fuck, man?
Hey, man, don't get between a man and his chicken wing.
I'm all jacked up. I'm out
No.
to you.
That dude on the ground ate that guy's chicken wings. Just everybody wants to fight. Look, this guy's getting in. He wasn't even in it.
He's like, my turn,
My
motherfucker.
And it keeps going and going. Like, seriously, dude. Like, if someone didn't die in this shit, I'd be surprised.
Oh, she got nice.
Look at this chick. She's just, like, fucking naked running around. Like, I don't know if she got her clothes ripped off. Like, what happened? Is this a strip club? Doesn't really look like it. There's not poles. It's not dark enough.
Well, it does say Spring Break 2021, so...
You know who else works in a strip club in Florida?
Joe Exotic.
Bella's toy chest.
Oh, she does, doesn't she? I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. They're firearms training.
Oh, fuck you. I'm like, that's not training.
This target. Dude's right here and here.
Yeah, no, fuck you. This is how we train here. Then you're a shitty instructor, motherfucker.
Yeah, no thanks. That's like some Russian shit. Like, hey, I want to test out this bulletproof helmet. And
That's
the guy
like some shit that James Yeager does at his classes every time.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
When you want to ban guns, but everyone is spending the stimulus checks that you sent them on guns.
Yeah.
I like how there's just a penis there.
Yeah, I was laughing at that too.
So these two guys were arguing. I think this is in Florida too, actually. The guy that you just saw a second ago gets stabbed in the stomach. The other guy is going to jail for attempted murder. The guy in the green shirt right here just got stabbed in the stomach. Makes you want to go out for St. Patrick's Day, huh? Looks like a good time. And then they're going crazy in England. You're talking about riots here. This is what they're doing in England right now. Like, England is like a couple months behind where we were at. And I think, when is their election? They've got an election coming up, don't
They
they?
just had one. They have a weird system where they can have an election and then people don't like it, so they have another election, and then people don't like it, and then they have another election, but then they schedule them and shit. I don't know. It's weird. They just had one like last year.
I wish we had that.
Well, we just never have a president then. I guess that's a good thing, though. I don't know. I was thinking about it, though. Like, for all the people who were talking all this shit about Trump the whole time, did Trump start a war? No. Did he try to get us
out of them
that we were already at war with? Yes. Did he try to reduce government spending? Yes. Did he try to reduce regulation? Yes. Did he try to increase border security? Yes. Like, he did everything that he said he was going to do, or at least he tried. Oh, we're getting another 5 to 13 inches right now, Matt. Good thing we're not in Texas, so I wouldn't even be having a chat right now. Yeah, this is, again, in fucking England. They're just going nuts, dude.
You can't take the Texas heat, so there's that.
So we've got the Border Patrol in Rio Grande Valley releasing illegal crossers. They're not illegal immigrants, they're illegal crossers into U.S. witness protection. Because not only do we let them across, but we provide them with medical care, food, clothing. We give them a Visa card. We give them a bus to anywhere that they want in the country and help them resettle. But if you want to stand in line and actually get your papers done correctly, you have to wait for years and pay thousands and pass tests and jump through hoops. It's just funny, dude. And also the other funny thing is they're trying to blame it on Trump. They're saying that the huge wave of immigrants that's coming into the country right now is because of Trump somehow. Somehow it's Trump's fault. See, and Bill Maher's even saying it. He says, Bill Maher says America is becoming segregated again, and leftists are to blame. I think the left is going to cancel Bill Maher. He's going to have to join us because he's going to have nowhere else to go.
They already tried to do it once. Remember the whole when he said that he was a house N-word? He wasn't a field hand, that he was a house word we can't say on YouTube.
Nigerian.
Yes, he's a house Nigerian.
God damn it. So yeah, we've got Biden refusing to enforce law at the borders and making it worse, the crisis even worse and stuff like that. Dude, we're heading for like a real big problem with that. And we talked about this like years ago, I think, like 2 years ago, about when you let more and more people into the country who have no skills, who the only thing they can do is provide like basic, simple labor, you drive down the price for that basic, simple labor down to nothing. And especially if you're going to create like this $15 an hour minimum wage, what you're really going to do is create a huge black market for people who can't work with a normal Social Security number to work for less than that under the table, and then cut people who would otherwise have jobs out of jobs. And then we're going to wonder why the teenagers growing up won't ever have a job. Like my kids will have a tough time finding their first job, you know, like honestly they will. And it's not going to be their fault. And that sucks.
What trades of the future, man?
Do the English police even carry guns?
Not all of them. I'm sorry if I'm having audio shit still. I'm trying to stay muted as much as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's much better than it was at first, dude. At first it was disruptive, but now you're fine. And then there was this one. This just happened a couple hours ago in North Denver. Home intruder came in, guy shot him, dude's dead, and they're investigating him for murder. Because, you know, if someone breaks into your house and you shoot them to death, then obviously you're a murderer. But, yeah, we'll end there with that one, anyway, as far as stories go. I don't know, man. I do foresee a lot of, and I won't call them protests because they're going to be violent. There's not going to be protests. There's going to be violent fucking destruction of property and mobs and crazy shit going on. And they're going to be like, they're just protesting. Oh, isn't it good how they can protest? And then like a couple of us get together and hold an AR-15 with a sign on a corner, and they're going to say that we're terrorists and that we're scaring everybody, and that, you know, like our freedoms need to be taken away, and that our guns need to be taken away, and that we need to be taken away and put into re-education camps and held there until we are fit to rejoin society or whatever.
And they've already said as much.
That's the plan. Get it through your guys' head. That's the fucking plan. Get ready for it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for what's coming. And if you are ready for that and it doesn't come, what did you lose? Maybe you bought a couple extra guns and some ammo. Like, sorry. Guess what? You still have the guns and ammo, right? So, fuck off.
Well, I'm looking how much they're pushing in Georgia right now.
What's that?
They're gun control out the ass for something that really couldn't have been stopped with any gun control they want to push right now.
Oh, for the massage parlor shootings?
Yes.
See, and every time anything like that happens anywhere, they're going to amplify the volume on it in the media from coast to coast, and every like local news will be talking about what happened in, talks about what happens in Florida, right? Because it fits the narrative. If something happens that doesn't fit the narrative, i.e. black on black violence and things like that, what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing on the national media. They're going to turn the volume way down. No one's going to hear about it. Nothing's going to happen because of it. And you're not going to hear anything about it on your local media, especially if it's somewhere else. And even if it is in your area, they're going to use language that tones down the rhetoric around it or tones it up, depending on whether or not it fits the narrative. And they've been doing that for a while. And again, anyone who watches the mainstream media and blindly follows what they say as truth is being lied to, is being propagandized, and is a useful idiot for the people in power, the powers that should not be, the ones that have been running our lives since I've been alive, since before I've been alive, right? Which means most of you guys too, right? Like, yeah. Honestly. And that's a truth that I think more and more people are waking up towards. That's something that's becoming more and more blatantly obvious, because as they unveil their grand plan, it's harder and harder to explain away the little bits and pieces that keep adding up, But yeah, more gun laws are coming. Red flag laws. You don't even have to do anything wrong. You just say the wrong thing, wrong think.
I don't know if you guys have heard about what happened here in Ohio. Our governor, he... Actually, let me grab the stuff here real quick. This is all the BS that the Democrats in our General Assembly, after Dayton, tried to push through. It was all the Bloomberg anti-gun stuff. The one that was pushed by a supposed Republican, he's also a co-owner of the Cleveland Indians, named Matt Dolan, was this one right here called SB 221. And essentially it was a watered down red flag. It's called pink slip legislation, but it's the same exact stuff as a red flag law. Governor DeWine is now trying to push that in our budget for next year into 2023 in the actual legislation, like mixed in someplace in there.
Well, we've had red flag laws in Colorado since January 1st, 2020. And because people are dumb and, on the internet, and my kids are on the internet and playing video games, someone dumb on the internet was mad at one of my kids and knew enough about them to know that I have guns. Called the police and made a false police report against him, actually against my son, saying that he'd threatened this and done that. And basically, like, I had to explain why what he was saying was ridiculous, which it was, because parts of the story didn't add up and other parts of the story didn't make sense. And then on top of that, my guns are in a safe behind me there. Fucking kids don't have access to them. Like, you can't get a gun and do anything with it if it's in a safe, so it's safe. So why are you even talking to me? Like, they ended up dropping it and not doing anything, but I was scared for a minute, dude, that I was going to get a knock on the door because of Fortnite, basically.
It's just ridiculous, too, because it's like any of the red flag crap, it's breaking at least 8 different constitutional amendments right now.
Well, and if you could identify someone like who was an actual risk, who had said things to that effect, aren't there already rules on the books that let you, like the FBI, fucking investigate that person?
Well, there's already a law on the books. It's I'm trying to think what it's called. It's basically you are involuntarily hospitalized in a mental institution, and it's been around since the 60s. But nobody ever wants to go and actually do that. And it's in, I think all 50 states have some kind of variation of it.
Well, there's that, but I don't know, like indefinite detention, I think, was the term that Obama came up with, where you can, without an actual crime being committed, without evidence of anything, with just the strong suspicion that person A, B, or C is going to in the future be a problem or commit a crime or whatever it is, that you can put them in indefinite detention, meaning put them in prison for as long as you want to, and hold them without bail, without possibility of parole. Doesn't matter if you're a U.S. citizen, doesn't matter if you're foreign, don't have rights. Now you're in Guantanamo. Like, that's what that is.
Well, it's not even Gitmo. I forget what the guy's name is, but there's one guy who, he was actually arrested, I think it was right before Trump took office, and he has still not been charged with any kind of crime, and he's been sitting in some federal supermax for like 5-6 years now.
Don't fuck with the federal government, man, because they don't give a fuck about their own rules. And that's the thing. You're supposed to have a right to a speedy trial. You're supposed to be able to plead your case in a jury of your peers, right? And yet they're able to just swoop you off the street, take your property, civil asset forfeiture, put you in detention without being charged with a crime, take away your guns without ever having a threat or anything that you've issued against anyone else, and they call it justice.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you're breaking due process with the 14th Amendment on those things, and then everything else for that matter as well.
You reminded me of like Ronan the Accuser there with the, and they call it justice.
Guy that comments says, smash the like button if you guys like boobs. Everybody out there, you like boobs? Hit the thumbs up. I agree with that.
Who doesn't like titties?
I mean,
Everybody loves tits. Even chicks like tits.
I'm pretty sure even dudes like tits. They just don't know what to do with them.
Have you guys heard of Casey Goodson Jr.?
Who?
Casey Goodson Jr.
Goodson Jr., no.
Ohio last year. They recently released the report, and he was shot in the back 6 times by this cop that had no body cam on.
See, and that's the thing about all these BLM protests is, like, fundamentally I agree that police brutality and the way that police use force against people in our society, in our country today, is a overstepping misuse of the power that has been entrusted to them, right? And they get away with it far too often. They, you know, like, the people who investigate them are their friends, and their friends are going to get, you know, do everything they can to let you off. And then even if they can't, you still got to go to a jury and a judge who are also going to be on your side for the most part. Well, maybe not the jury so much, but the judges are. And so, yeah, you have this whole system set up where they can break the law, they can fuck you up and get away with it, and they know it. And so they're going to do it from time to time. And I don't agree with that. But the BLM movement, or whatever you want to call it, seems to think that the only victims of police violence are of a certain group. And that's just not true. It's not. And to espouse that view is to ignore over half of the victims of these crimes by the police, right? Yeah. And you dilute the whole thing into a racial argument, which really it's not. It's more of a policy argument, I think. But I like boobs too, so.
I mean, to be fair, in this case, he was a young black dude, but he had done everything right. He had a concealed carry license. He had all of his stuff together. And the cop claimed that because it was supposed to be the cops were looking for somebody else in that area, and they claimed that Casey had driven by and, like, waved a gun at him. And it's like, as if he couldn't have had a cell phone or something in his hand.
I don't know, man. Like that police video shooting that Matt showed of the cop shooting the guy through the door because he heard a door slam. And then the guy was like, please stop. And then he shot more and then ran away like a little bitch, dude. Oh, my fucking God. Like shit like that. Like that cop needs to be brought up on charges. He needs to have his badge stripped away. He needs to be kicked out of his house. He needs to, wife leave him.
Justice is balance. I think he should be a spinal dude.
Yeah, they just take like a wedge and put it in his spine, hit it with a hammer. I could see that. I'd be okay with that. Although, was it Gandhi, an eye for an eye, and the whole world goes blind? Like, I don't know if that's always.
Yeah, but That fucking piece of shit deserves that. I don't know what else to do to him that would be equal to what he did to that man. He took everything that he ever was or ever would be and threw it away by shooting him through a door like a fucking coward.
And then running away and fist bumping his partner.
Mhm.
Yep.
Piece of shit. Human garbage.
Maybe they should go hang out with Hank Strange. Like Hank Strange and Tim and those cops should all like have a picnic and do a live.
Man, like I view like the cops as being bottom of the barrel scum, whatever, and then Hank Strange is like one notch up from that, and then Tim is like 2 notches above Hank Strange. So I don't know if we should throw them all in the same fucking barrel.
So what we should do to Tim is confiscate all of his Vepers, all of his 7.62 by 54R semi-automatic rifles, and then no importer or seller shall ever be allowed to sell him one again. He's disallowed from owning them. That would make sense.
It's like, yes, we as the gun community have gotten together and decided you can't own these anymore.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. If we see you with one, I'll take it away. I'm sorry, dude.
And like, there's enough of us that your judge will probably be one of us. So
we feed you, we protect you while you sleep at night. Don't
exactly, man. Like, I loved that part of Fight Club because it's so fucking true. Like, if all the little people banded together like that, there's nothing they could fucking do.
It's true.
Because think about, like, all the places that you've worked, all the shit that you could have done there. Now imagine if that was everywhere and everyone. Like, that's how the mob used to do shit, like with the Teamsters or whatever, is they controlled, like, every aspect of shipping, and shipping was such a big deal that it controlled the country, right? Like, you know, imagine doing that with, like, waiters and busboys and shit.
FNG Starman says BLM's issue is they think police issue is black only issue. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the left right now is basically 100% okay with the state's use of power of any variation of any magnitude against people that they politically disagree with. But when it comes to people who are of a certain demographic and it's used against them, then it's bad. It's like I'm
of the belief now that, like, if the fucking right-wing militia dudes and, like, the Black Panthers sat down and, like, smoked it out and talked about politics, they would probably come away with it being together and wanting to hang rich people.
Well, the thing is, like, if you're talking,
that's what
like,
they should be worried about.
Like Antifa and the right wingers and whoever else in the middle, you know, like, who all don't agree, who all have things that they disagree with, right? And you got them together and they had an actual conversation about things that matter without having, like, those fucking stupid interjections of, like, well, you blah, 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 I don't like the way you said that, you know, like, it gets all fucking lost in the minutia.
Yeah.
If you get past that, then yeah, I think that we have way more in common socioeconomically, politically, like, as far as, like, what our goals are for our families and for ourselves. Like, we have way more in common with them than we ever do with the people who are actually in power.
The problem is, if we get along, that's bad for the people in power. That's why they do it.
This is what, like, dating Dakota fucking taught me, is, like, her politics are, like, 180 degrees from mine, but yet we agree on probably 98% of everything. Like, and I think that's the case with most of this shit.
And most of the disagreement comes from where people want the resources to go to solve the problems, right? Like, it's not that the left and the right disagree that there is a problem. It's that they disagree on how to go about solving it. But I think that
the propaganda makes it seem like we don't realize each other's problems or something like that, or that they're not the same problems. You know what I mean?
And I think the further down the rabbit hole we go, the more it's become clear to me, at least, that this is all a psychological, deep fucking program to get us all to not be on the same side, to get us all to see each other as the other, not the fellow. And that's where we're at, dude. 2021, baby. Fucking summer of riots is coming, I think.
I agree, and I think it's only a matter of time, like whether it's our side or their side or somebody, has something where they're protesting and something goes bad, and then it's everyone's a fucking domestic terrorist or whatever,
Well, and I think that's why they haven't done anything to stop them, is because they know that eventually there's going to be a Kyle Rittenhouse reaction from somebody, and the more of those reactions that they get, the more likely they're going to have chances to pass more anti-gun laws, which means they're going to be able to clamp down on people that much harder, Like, here's something to think about. The Nazis didn't break a law. That's it.
You mean when they took over or like at a protest? What are we talking about?
No, he's saying everything they did was legal.
Yeah, they passed laws.
They passed laws to make the shit they wanted to get away with legal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as one does when they rule a country.
The point is that they're going to pass laws and do what they want. They're going to be closer to Nazis than anything that we've seen since the Nazis, while calling the people that they're persecuting Nazis.
Yeah, I was trying to explain this to someone just the other day.
So
yeah, that most people don't get how much like Nazis the fucking like Democrats are. They're like literally nationalist in a lot of the shit they do, and they're also pushing social programs and shit. Like it's the same fucking the same fucking politics.
We've heard that before.
I mean, like I think I've heard this song before, and it led to World War II. So this ought to be fun. Oh yeah, and like China is like crazy fucking Nazi shit too. Like it's not even communist anymore. It's some sort of like state capitalist system, which is very much like Nazi Germany.
Did you hear I think it's the ambassador to China was calling out. They had some meeting and they were talking about like human rights issues in China. And they were like, yeah, you got this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the guy made like some good points or whatever. And the Chinese guy came back and he was like, well, you have the BLM thing going on and you're violating people's rights all over the place. And you're not coming from a position of power, so we don't have to listen to you. Fuck off. And I was just like, damn, China.
China's like, yeah, we can put people in death camps. What are you going to do about it?
Erstwhile says, is nationalism really a negative thing? No, it's not. But when
it's just
national socialist,
it's just describing that. That's the only reason I care about the nationalism thing. It's like, obviously, the Republicans are nationalists too, but they aren't fucking literally Nazis.
So
Nazi is short for National Socialist, like in German. So.
I wanted to address Pew Pew or Patrick Pew Pew in the chat because he brought something up that I was going to say something about, but my source of information on the whole Mac thing and SVDs, he sent me a message, but I hadn't talked to him yet. But last night he told me that the list would be honored with the next batch of SVDs. That they put some pressure on Copper Custom to do it, but I guess he's announced it. Is that did he make it public? Because he says it's David Blight. That's the other owner of Copper Custom. He said he announced that the next shipment would go to the people on the list. Did he announce it on Facebook or something, or where did he announce it? Because I just got a message from my inside source who told me that last night. He sent me a message at about 1:13 in the morning when we were on the chat. He was sending me messages. Because I think that's early morning for him. I guess he had just woke up.
Jesus.
Or maybe he was at work or something. I don't know. Because he wasn't even fucking hungry. I mean, or wherever the fuck he's at. So.
Oh, okay.
But he's in a whole other time zone. But he sent me a thing, and anyway, but I didn't respond to him. I didn't get a chance to talk to him last night because I was doing the chat. So.
Well, it's good to know you've got top men on it.
Top
men.
Top men, not women. God damn it. Yeah, he posted on Facebook. Okay. Well, good. He made a good decision. Doesn't help Mac any.
I just realized I've been on mute this whole time, and you guys didn't hear my comment about the women. Fuck those bitches.
So Dick Goes In Ya
It's fine.
says, let's face it, we are in an abusive relationship with our government. We have to do something about it. What do you do when you are in when you are in an abusive relationship?
Buy a gun. Right?
Buy a gun and move.
I mean, generally you move, right? You get out of it if you can. You call your dad or your fucking brother, or you get an apartment, or... But there's no, like, dad to call. There's no brother to call. And I don't think there's another apartment available.
Hey, man, like, Mexico is one big apartment.
Yeah, I mean...
That's our basement apartment.
Clear out a few cartels and it's yours, you know?
We could.
Man, we could.
We actually could. It wouldn't.
It's like when Texas became a republic, they just went down there and took that shit and then fought the Mexicans and, you know, the banditos and shit. So, like, we should just do that with, like, I don't know, the top half of Mexico. Call it, like, Fuckistan or something, and fuck you-istan. There you go. Pyro Know-It-All says, rumor has it, first 500 would most likely have leftover Russian parts, though. Is that a big deal?
But is it a big deal that's using Russian parts and not Hungarian parts?
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
why?
Fucking because
This is
the Russian
Russian
parts are way better made than the Hungarian shit would be.
Right. So if they have Russian parts, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Yep. That's why they're saying that.
What they're saying is, but now that the first 50 of those are already gone to people that weren't on the list, there's only going to be 50 of the good ones to go to the list of over 100 people who wanted them.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense.
Going back full circle for a sec, I was actually reading an article the other day on Bearing Arms, and they were talking about the violence in Oakland and how, like, much homicide shot up in the last year or so. And it is, like, a bunch of BLM types that are some, like, council of people or whatever. Half of them now are actually trying to tell the other people, hey, stop trying to defund the cops, because until we can get something better, we need this here to actually protect this city.
Man, like, all that defund the police shit is going to come back to bite them in the ass so fucking much. I can't wait.
I mean, they already do with Minnesota. They've already spent, like, what, $6-7 million to get cops back now?
So check this out. I just found this. It is a percent change from 2019 to 2020. Murder rate by city. Seattle had a 74.1% increase in murder. New Orleans, 61.7. Atlanta, 57.8. Chicago, 55.5. Boston, 54.1. Portland, 51.5. Houston, 42.7. New York, 39.2. San Francisco, 32.4. Los Angeles, 30.4. Washington, D.C., 19.4. Las Vegas, 14.3. Funny to see D.C. on that list, seeing as they have, like, all of the gun laws that you could possibly have there already.
I mean, it's the exact same thing with Chicago, and what
Real
they
quick.
had last weekend was like 12, 14 people shot at a house party or something.
Real quick, remind me, what political party is it that runs and regulates all those cities? Every single one of them?
New Orleans is Democrat. Atlanta is Democrat. Chicago's Democrat. Boston, I think, is Democrat, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Portland's Democrat. Houston, Democrat?
Yes, it is.
New York's Democrat. San Francisco's hella Democrat. Los Angeles is 100% Democrat. Washington, D.C. is nothing but Democrat. And Las Vegas is Democrat.
Interesting. Okay. I just wanted to check and make sure. No reason.
Just it's a weird question, dude.
It is. I apologize for the
And
question.
by Democrat,
Fucking weird questions, man. Like,
by Democrat, he means Nazis.
Nazis. National Socialists. That's what I mean.
it's cool. It's in America. It's fine.
The National Socialist Party of the Democrats.
And we're American Nazis.
National Socialist Democrat Party.
The National Socialist Democratic People's Republic of China Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
Of America. United.
Of America.
Yeah, dude. Fucking The one that I haven't been able to find, though, suicide numbers for 2020. Because they all go to 2019. They all stop at 2019. 2018. Oh, this goes up to 2020, but it doesn't include it. 2019. 2016. Oh, here we go.
That's in Cook County. That's in one county.
Okay, so that's one county of the United States we have numbers for. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I mean, that's something that they don't want to talk about, I don't think, because those numbers, those increases in numbers anyway, can be directly attributed to the shutdown. It can be directly attributed to the COVID response that we've had in this country, because many of those people were so destitute because of the circumstances that they found themselves in, which were outside of their control and a choice of the government to make for them. Maybe, you know, like things could have been better and they could have planned better or something. I don't know, but I do know that things are worse because of what the government did. They've got the opposite of the Midas touch.
Well, it's not even just suicides. Look at how much drug addiction and alcoholism both took a rise up again during everything. There were people in Pennsylvania coming over to Ohio to get booze because they couldn't sell it in Pennsylvania.
Well, like, I think everybody's been, like, at home and itching to do stuff, and, like, drinking's a thing to do, you know? I bet you that shit's way up.
I've done a fair amount of drinking in the last year.
Same. It's been one of those kind of years, though, man. Like, it's been like a fuck it, start drinking because it's not going to get better.
I've never had a year like this last year, dude. It's been
It's
been more downs and ups and ups
alive.
and downs and crazy shit and fucking awesome stuff and like weird things. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I used to like have some kind of idea of what might be happening next. It's like now I don't even have a clue.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a clue. There's some things that like everyone knows are going to happen, but you know what I mean? Like the things that no one knows are coming.
Well, like everyone kind of knew what Biden was going to do. That was as expected, you know.
Gun control, that's coming.
The fact that he disappeared for 50 days was kind of weird.
And then he fell up a flight of stairs.
I mean, he is an old man.
Don't take Uber from a guy that looks like this, because he will sexually assault you.
That looks pretty nuts.
All right. Well, we've been going over an hour and a half, actually an hour and 43 minutes now, which is a little bit longer than we normally go for the Gay Frog Chat. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down now while that guy's getting stabbed in the stomach. Jesus Christ. But we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Guns and Geeks podcast, where maybe we can be not so depressed and downtrodden about life and the world and the direction that we're all heading. But, you know, can't rain all the time. So one of my favorite sayings from one of Matt's favorite movies. But we'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Peace out. Shall not pee in fridge.
Who says you?
And I just want to say thank you all, the Hunan Muhammads out there, for everything they do for Hank Strange. We know he truly, 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 truly appreciates everything you do for him and getting all that sweet sponsorship money. Have a good night.